Welcome back to Where Thoughts Are Tested. I'm Ethan.
And I'm Evan. This is Chat Lab.
I felt weird to do. That took a bit out of me. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, you got in your zone.
Yeah.
You got in your zen area. Yeah, so this is our 10th episode.
Yeah, 8 consecutive weeks of in-person podcasts. Sadly, our last week for a while.
9. We did the first one online.
You're right.
And then we did 2.
It's been over 2 months and now we've hit double digits.
Yeah, we probably won't be together for a while.
Yeah. They will be online, they just won't be in person. So
yeah, but we'll probably record both our ends, so it'll still sound good.
A-okay.
Yeah, it won't sound any different. It'll just be a bit different because we won't have each other to actually talk to across from each other, unless we had cameras on or something. But
we can have cameras on, just not record them.
Yeah. But yeah, so it's kind of crazy. 10.
Yeah, I mean, I could say I didn't think we'd make it this far, but I mean, I did.
I kind of didn't really think ahead. I kind of just thought, okay, we're doing a podcast. It'll be fun because, like we said in the first one, I think that the whole reason behind this was kind of, we have chats at 3 a.m., 2 a.m., whatever it is, for like a whole hour. So pretty much a podcast length. Like in the kitchen, whatever, when we're making coffee, food, whenever we're like hanging out. So we thought, just turn it into something that's productive. I mean, I never really thought, okay, we'll probably get to 10. Okay, we'll probably get to 20. I just wanted to instill a habit of good conversation. Yeah, I kind of just thought that we'd take it as it comes. Yeah, I think. So if you've been listening for a while, thank you. Do appreciate you. Yeah, very much. Yeah, don't forget you've got our Patreon, Twitter. Give us a follow. Be a patron, Patreon. I don't know. Give me money for food. Yeah, money for food. Yeah, that's exactly what we're gonna use it for. But yeah, I don't know. I think it's nice. Yeah, I mean, 10 isn't exactly a huge milestone, but it's good. I mean, if and when. I'm going to say when, honestly, we get to 100. That's going to be mad. Yeah, it will be over nearly 2 years if we do once a week. Hardly. 52 weeks in a year. Oh my god. We'd be episode 52 weeks before our year anniversary on the podcast. That is... So I'm hoping to not miss a week. Yeah. I think last week we uploaded on Friday, but that was just because we just wanted to have fun. Didn't miss it though. We didn't miss it. We just wanted to. We will never not upload in the week. If you don't get us on Thursday, we'll be there Friday, and if not Saturday, won't be any later. Saturday's very rare. Yeah, it's once in a while. Yeah, and worst comes to worst, it'll be like just after midnight, depending on how long it takes us to get it up and ready to go, or if we have a problem uploading it or something. I think our first one went up after midnight, our first episode, so it says it's Friday, but it's actually Thursday. Yeah. Because technically it was Thursday, I think it was like just midnight. But yeah, I think that's going to be insane though. And we get to like 100. We'll be doing it a while. Yeah. I'll be in like the third year college. You'll be finished. Nah. Yeah. That's 2 years, man. No, I'll be in fourth year. You'll be in probably year. Nearly be finished, and I'll probably be in third. I'll be just finished. I'll be just in the middle of my co-op. Probably. Yeah, I didn't realize. That's crazy to think about, man. Oh my god. 2 years. That just shows like people with like hundreds of episodes have been doing this for years. Joe Rogan has thousands of episodes. But he does it more than once, doesn't he? A week. He does it daily, sure, but still. There's 365 days in a year. And I don't know how long he's been doing it daily for. He's been doing this for nearly a decade. I'm pretty sure he's been doing it about a decade now. I think it'd be a bit hard to do something like daily, especially if you've got to you have to do your other life stuff. If you've got to coordinate. I know it's only like an hour of the day. Yeah, but it's also the conversation you have to make too. Like, actually, he has different guests on every single day. He has to research. Unique. He has to, and he has his whole life kind of lived. Like, he obviously has more life left, but he has a lot of life experience. A lot, He has a lot to talk about. Yeah, I suppose his episodes are more like 3 hours as well. Yeah, just depending on the person. Yeah, I was wrong about the hour thing. Yeah, I think an hour is good for like a standard podcast, but I think Joe Rogan kind of just hits it with another thing where he just goes 3 hours which is incredible, honestly.
Crazy, bro.
But I suppose he has guests who are, who he can learn from. And
Post Malone was on his podcast, for instance.
And like he can hear about their stories and
even
research
then
them.
They're getting fucked up and just talking about aliens and stuff. So
I think it would be a bit easier to do like longer podcasts if you had guests that were, very interesting and had their own stories and had their own kind of things, and you could ask them questions.
Because the guests he has on don't do a podcast every day.
Yeah,
they have to tell their entire life story. That's got to be volume, like.
Yeah, and like even though they are famous, they probably haven't like talked in detail about childhood stories and this and that and blah blah blah, and then they answer questions together. And yeah, I think it's crazy that like he makes 3-hour episodes and they're like every day.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be able. I'd say I'd probably lose it.
Yeah.
Although meeting people like that would be pretty cool.
Definitely.
Like Post Malone and Elon Musk. Oh yeah, any day. Get them on this, will we?
Well, anyway, moving on to the recent news. Leaving certificate results came out as of Monday.
Yeah.
You are getting your course offer tomorrow.
I am. Tomorrow.
Ooh.
Tomorrow morning. Do you know what time it is? What time is that? What was it last year?
I just accepted it during the day. I was like, oh shit, I have to accept my course, logged on, accepted it. So
yeah. If I know what time it is, I'll probably hop on then. But
you might get an email anyway.
Probably.
You will get an email. Definitely. But yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna be interesting.
Good results. You want to talk about them?
Yeah, I got good enough results. To be fair, I'm proud. I'm proud of what I got. I mean, I know it was calculated, but like I still put in the work, I guess.
Based off of you, so
yeah. Although, okay, I think there's two problems I've had with this whole calculated grades thing. Not personally, other people that have annoyed me. There's those people who say that. No, there's actually three problems. There's people who did nothing and got good results. Like there's a girl that I know who's like as thick as shit.
Okay.
Right? And she got more points, I think, or just under the amount of points that I got.
No.
I don't understand that, and I'd say she does nothing in school.
But does she fail every single test? Like, because she could not do moderately well in class tests.
Like, I don't know her that well, but I know from her story and from friends that she's not exactly the brightest person.
Yeah. She must be you can be book smart. Trust me, book smart does not come with intelligence.
But then a second issue is people who didn't do much and didn't get the points they wanted. I mean, and then they complain and blame the Department of Education because they didn't get the points they wanted.
That's
when
everything.
They didn't do anything during the year.
Yeah.
And they did barely anything in certain subjects, let's say, and that subject let them down. Then the other one that I kind of understand. Now, I feel sympathetic or empathetic with this one, only this one, is that the people who, because I've seen this a couple times, who get steadily get H1s or H2s, and then they're brought down 2 grades. So they either get a H3 or H4. So if you had, because there was one girl who said she got H1s all the time in this subject and then got a H3 for the thing. Another girl I saw got H2s all the time in English and she needed it for journalism and she got a H4. So she's not able to do journalism now.
Yeah, see, obviously there's like exceptions where that's true and they were exceptional in their studies and then they got a shitty expected grade, but I mean it's predicted grade, like it's all based on a curve, right? But they had to have not been getting the grade they were expecting.
Apparently they put it through, like my dad was saying, they put it through like the algorithm like 27 times or something, like all the grades,
but
just
like,
to make sure.
There's no element that would hinder them without other than themselves.
Yeah.
Like they took out previous school records being an influence on your points, which is huge. So if you don't go to a private school, like if you went to a shitty public school but you were smart, you get the same points someone that went to a private school that every student always gets.
Yeah,
65.
but I do think it's unfair that like if you do get a steady
if you
grade,
honestly do the work and you get a lower mark, that's annoying. But I think a lot of people claiming are the same people you mentioned in issue 2 that just want to claim.
Yeah,
they're like, no, I swear I was getting H2s. They might have got like 2 H2s and like 4 fucking H3s.
I should have gotten a H3, but I got a H6 kind of
no,
thing.
I was starting to study after the prees. Like, I'm gonna get it, and
yeah, but I do think people who are telling the truth,
yeah,
that is very unfair, and you can appeal and say, I've gotten a H2s in this exam. Why did I get a H4 here?
Yeah, and if the appeal doesn't work,
you can resit them in November.
It. And like, because if you are that good and you got that,
if you're gonna complain, resit.
But no, basically, if you're that good and you got 60% instead of 80, and you know you can get 80, like positive, resit it.
Yeah.
Like, if you can't resit it, should you have gotten the grade?
Yeah.
You know, if you resit it and you get a H5.
Yeah, and if you appeal it and you get your marks back up, fair play to you. Yeah. You know. That's good. That's actually a good thing, because then you got what you deserved, in the nice way, not in the mean way. You got what you deserved.
I expected a lot of people to be unhappy with the results.
I am not unhappy because I actually thought I'd get worse.
Yeah. What was when they announced predicted grades originally, like back in April?
Happy. I was like,
no.
Yes.
But you had an estimate of points. What was it?
My estimate, from now, they said you couldn't get lower than your mocks, prees, whatever you call them.
I guess that's true.
I
mean,
I did.
Oh.
In biology.
Oh no, I thought it meant overall.
No, I think it's.
Did you count up your points in your prees?
It might have been overall.
Yeah, that would make more sense in my opinion.
I think my prees I got 401.
There you go.
Nah, I got more than that, but like, I think. Well, I thought it was per grade, because not to toot my own horn, but I did get a H1, like just about in biology for the prees mocks, whatever you call them, and I got a H2 then, which I'm not like, oh, I'm just kind of a bit like, come on, do you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like I could have gotten, it could have been nicer to get the H1. Like I'm sure it was just very close. I'd say it wasn't like on the lower end of the H2 because
you can check that.
Can you?
Mm-hmm. I checked mine because I got a H3 in design and communications graphics and a H3 in maths, and I got 75 in the maths, so I was like, alright, fine. I got 78 point something in DCG, and I was livid. I was like, that should be a H2. I worked so hard for that fucking exam.
Yeah, so I think I'm happy with what I got. I got bumped up more than I thought in 3 of my subjects: in English, economics, and business. Because I'm good at business, so I knew I was gonna do well enough, but then I did better than I expected. Economics, I've been pretty bad for quite a while, but I do put in the work sometimes and most of the time, and especially recently I've been putting in more work because I was like, okay, the Leaving Cert is coming, so I have to like do it, and then the whole pandemic happened. Like this year I put my head down, so I got bumped up in that was nice. English, I've always done well. But the reason I usually get less is because I don't finish in time. I don't finish what I can do, so I don't do the third poet. I don't, do one of the questions on Hamlet or something. And I think the reason I got bumped up was because they were like, if he finished, he would get this. But because he doesn't, he gets this. So let's pretend he finished, what would he get? If he kept with this kind of, the way he's writing this, if he did one more poet, how would he write it? Okay, what would he get for that? That might have been what they were thinking. So I got bumped up at that. I got a merit in LCVP, which I'm not too happy about because I was told all along I was going to get a distinction. Not the end of the world, because...
Wouldn't even get counted, would it?
I actually did count LCVP, so it would have given me more points, yeah. Because I got...
No, you don't get to choose what you count.
You choose the highest ones.
Well, yeah, it like automatically picks your top 6.
Yeah, and I picked my top 6.
Oh, right, okay. Yeah.
LCVP was the sixth one, the sixth highest one.
Okay.
Because I dropped to ordinary near the end.
How'd you do in Irish?
Irish, I got H4.
Oh yeah, I forgot you are Irish. Yeah,
Yeah,
I dropped to ordinary.
Not too bad. I got I got an 03 in maths.
Very
not
good.
bad.
Yeah.
Honestly, not bad. But I didn't do much ordinary. I actually did higher from...
Do you think you would have passed if you did higher?
No.
Not like even predicted grades?
No.
Okay.
No chance. I got 13 in the pre's.
Oh, right.
There was no chance.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Okay.
that's why I said if I already had dropped in February, I think, or like just before the pandemic, I had, or lockdown or whatever, I had, I dropped ordinary because I was like, there's no way I'll get higher. Like, I need at least 30%, and I still don't think I'm going to get that. So I thought, okay, I'll drop to ordinary. I'll be able to probably do that. So then, when it came to, putting in your grades portal where what level you wanted to be marked out and all the subjects, making sure it was all right, I picked ordinary because I said I've done higher since first year, so I know first to third doesn't really matter for the predicted grades.
Yeah,
I think third year they look at it, but I don't think it really matters. But I was like, I've done higher the entire school time, so I said I should get marked. I should get marked in ordinary because then they might see that, if I've been just nearly getting maths in, or just nearly passing, they'll give me, and I've passed a couple times. Like, I've gotten one test, like, early on in fifth year was, I know, not the best. Oh my god, early on in fifth year, like, so hard. I got like an 80 something, and then sometimes I got like a 60 or a 50, but then pretty much after that it was anywhere below 40. Like, so.
Yeah, I really looked for the H2 in maths. I just couldn't hack it though. So close.
I saw this TikTok where this girl was like opening her results. Her parents were beside her. It was kind of wholesome, to be honest.
Okay.
She called out some of them, and she got like a H2, a H2, a H3, something like that. And then she goes H1 in maths, and I was like, what? A H1? How do you even manage that?
It's hard, yeah. It's mostly curve based though. You'd be surprised. Like, a lot of people are of the same academic ability, and it's just like, well, you are like 0.4% shitter than this person. You're at the bottom of the curve now. You're a H3, not a H2.
I think it's just insane. I think it also has to do with the teacher. Like,
teacher does make a big difference, yeah.
Like, not gonna drop any names, but for my Leaving Cert, my maths teacher was a devil. Personally,
it's
like at one
your
point,
teacher.
Like, at one point, she literally told us we would never amount to anything.
Oh, savage!
The entire class.
In maths.
So I had her for the longest time. Then she moved to have a different job somewhere else, whatever, and we got a new guy. He was lovely. I liked him. He was a cool teacher. Yeah. He was good at explaining things. He'd come down to you and like help you personally. Whereas if you went up to her, you bring up her copy and she'd just do it for you basically and be like, "Is that good?" And you'd be like, "Yeah," because you couldn't be like, "No, show me more," like, because she's done it already. Yeah,
anything mathematical, like at all in any field, like engineering or anything,
you need a good teacher. Like,
it's just your concept of the process needs to be so clear. That comes from your own research on top of your teachers. Like, you can obviously learn it yourself, but it depends how you're oriented. Some people need the teacher to give them the proper example and show them how it works, why it's cool to work.
I mean, in junior cert, one of the Christmas or summer exams, I got a D. And the reason, this was before the H, is because I was in, junior cycle. The reason I got a D, or was it an E? It was really bad anyways. But the reason I got it was because it was a Christmas exam, I think, or a midterm, or where you just do it in the classroom. There's no like setup. You don't like come in for this time and then go home. It's like you just kind of, do it in the class whenever the teacher wants. And he was like, "Should I do it now, lads, or will I do it in the class later on?" And people were like, I don't know, probably later on. He's like, "Sure, we'll do it now." He put up a couple of questions, right? And I can't remember exactly what happened, but like something about I didn't have a pen, or I couldn't see the board, or I didn't have time to write down the questions, or he just gave us like 5 minutes to do the entire thing. I can't remember what it was.
He fucked you over, basically.
Yeah, I barely got anything written down. So I got a really bad result.
Just got unlucky, yeah.
Yeah. And like, my parents understood. They kind of believed me, but I don't know if they did. I suppose
hard to believe something like that.
Yeah, well, I suppose we'll find out now when my mom listens to this. But I think what happened was then I got grinds,
right,
and then after the grinds I got a B.
Good.
So I was still happy to get a B. Like I didn't even know if I was gonna get a B in junior cert, but I'm happy I did. So
I think I got a C in junior cert. I don't know. Junior cert maths is a bit weird. It wasn't enough maths in it. Like,
yeah,
I struggle with literacy and languages. Like, I have to work really hard to get like average grades, and junior cert maths is like 50-50 maths and English.
I think I got a H5 in French.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
I got a H4, but that's like because I dropped Irish. So well, I didn't drop it, but I didn't do it.
Yeah.
05.
But like, not bad considering most of the time I get like, anywhere between like 30 to like 45.
Yeah.
Maybe less if I had a bad day where I didn't study. So that was nice. Getting a H5, that was welcomed. I didn't count it because it was my lowest one.
It's below a merit really in points. You don't have to count. Like, they will count it like for you.
Is it? No, H5 is 56. Is it? Maybe I did count it, or maybe I got more points than I thought I did. I don't know. I'll have a look at it later.
Yeah.
Whoa. What if I did? That's crazy. Anyway, but what was I going to say? I have no idea now. But yeah, I think I did, pretty well in the Leaving Cert overall. I think it was.
You must have counted it because a merit is 46 points, and a H5 is 56.
Maybe I did. Oh, I did. I didn't count maths.
Because you got an O3. That an O3 is
37.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Man, you got me thinking I had more points there. What are you doing?
I do think because I was like, because I still have it in my head. I got 2 points more than you.
Did you actually?
I got 433. So I was trying to calculate. I was like, no way, you got 10 more points than me.
Imagine.
Yeah. What a comeback. I don't know why, right? This is the one thing that bothers me with Leaving Cert is they give it to you and it's such an abstract concept of like numbers and shit. Yeah, that's fine. Give me that. Just put the points total at the bottom of your best six.
I had to go on.
How hard is that?
Career portals.
Yeah.
Their calculator. I initially just brought up the page and then did it myself. And when I first did it, I thought maths was a H3 because it just says the number.
70 fucking points.
I got
70 plus 25.
I didn't count the 75 because I just saw the 3 and wrote and clicked H3 or put in 77 or whatever.
490 or something.
So I was at 462.
And you were like,
I literally went, that's not right. Let me do it again. Did it again. Got it again. And I was like, hold on.
It's so sad.
I was like,
count it yourself.
I was like, oh, it's ordinary. Let me not count that. And then I got 431 because it only took off like 40 points. Yeah. And I was like, oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah, and what's the course you were applying for again? For
BIS, Business Information Systems.
What's that entail?
Off the top of my head, bit of business, bit of information, bit of systems. No, there's like you have to redo some of the basics, like
you will trust me.
Like financial maths, you have to do some of that, and like financial accounting. Sorry, you have to do 2 modules of that. You have to do 2 modules of economics, micro and macro. I'd imagine is each of them, and then you just have to do some basic business stuff, basic other economics. There's a bit of like tech involved. I think there's a marketing module.
Probably Microsoft Office and stuff. I assume they get you certified for that and stuff.
It's pretty just like a rounded business course.
Yeah, I'd
have to look at the modules to remember the exact names, but I do remember it looked the nicest to me when I saw it.
Yeah, you're gonna have to give me some pointers. I need to get my head in business. I always quite liked it. I remember I told you I just hated my first year business teacher. So when we got time to pick the options, because we got to do that in our school, I didn't pick business because I was like, because she made it look so shit. But I quite liked it. I quite liked doing the numbers and everything. She was just such an ass. I was like, business must be bad.
Business is...
I don't find it hard either.
I loved business in Leaving Cert because it was just business. There was very little accounting. Like,
I quite like accounting.
And like no economics. But I did do economics, so it didn't really matter. But it was just the fact that like I wanted like business information. Systems. So it was really nice to just get business.
Yeah.
And then there was the accounting. There was another class for that. I would never be able to. I'll be able to push through it in college. You know, there's always going to be a module you don't like, but I will probably find it a bit hard.
I really love financial maths.
I liked
understanding it.
Yeah, see, I liked accounting and financial maths and all that stuff in third year. That's because it's easy.
Right.
Like junior cycle, because it was just balance sheets and blah blah blah. And once you know the rhythm and the method, it's pretty simple. You just kind of like run through it.
Yeah.
But like Leaving Cert accounting, I would not have been able to do that.
I haven't seen it or looked at it, but
pretty much the entire class failed. There was like the only ones that were doing well were the foreign ones. Like, and they leave before the Leaving Cert.
Oh, they just come over as it's not like Erasmus, but it is for like
just exchange students.
The exchange students, and they come over and yeah, fair.
Same with economics. The only one that were...
I don't even know what economics entails.
Kind of like, you know, the inflation and
the economy,
government policies and the economy. You know, government policies.
I was watching videos
inflation
and stuff.
Those are just two things I can think off the top of my head. I didn't do well in it, like, so.
Right.
I didn't leave Cert, but I didn't do it in the class, so.
Yeah.
The economy, that's what it's about. Very broad term, but yeah.
So, when are you supposed to start college?
I think it's 28th.
This seems to be the start date for all students.
I heard it, and that's just what I've been going for.
Rumour has it that they're making a decision tomorrow if Limerick and Dublin will be in a local lockdown. If they are, I won't attend college, which will really annoy me.
You'd be doing it from home, would you?
I assume so, yeah. But it would really annoy me.
That's not going to be nice. Sure, at least you'd be on more.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, you'd be able to get online straight away when you're finished college.
Yeah.
You won't even have to do the trip home.
Exactly.
That'd be nice. And you can also get up late because you can just hop on straight away if you wanted to. If you wanted to game all night or something.
Yeah, my college is next week, and I got my timetable. And I think last week I mentioned that they said that I was supposed to be in 2 days this week, or 2 days a week, with 3 days online. And I think it's a total of 14 hours class time, like in class. But I got my timetable. We're in 3 days a week. Granted, 2 of those days are 4 hours each.
Do you want to just have the?
Yeah, I'm just gonna pass over this timetable to read it.
Yeah, he's like looking at it on the desk.
Yeah, so I got
just hold it, man.
You know, basic. I got Wednesday and Thursday, you know, for 4 hours, and then Friday I think is 6 hours.
Yeah. So what happened to that? Like, think about there was going to be 7 hours a day for 2 days.
I think it was an average. It was the whole IT department getting it, and this is specifically software development. So. Yay! So.
Is that more or less than you did the first time? Like when in first year.
Oh, good question. I have no idea. I'm still studying 6 modules. I think each one of them has 2 singles and 1 double.
Yeah, it seems that way. Well, actually, the discrete mathematics. Oh yeah, it does. Yeah. Sorry.
See, data design and programming has 2 doubles, but
that's gonna be a horrible day.
Oh, it's 4 hours. Oh, nice. Yeah. So I have 4 hours of one. I have 4 hours of one class that I don't know what it is.
Is that 2 o'clock to 5? Is that 2 to 5 for the day?
So the timetable I have there, when it starts at a number, it starts at that time, and then it goes for the hour.
So you have it from
2 to 6.
Oh, that's not going to be
I mean,
fun.
it's 2 hour lecture and a 2 hour practical.
Oh, okay.
So it's fine. I just put it all in one big
I guess you learn and then you're like, let's go.
Kind of.
You kind of get let loose. That's like biology, except like all you want to do is the experiment. You don't want to listen.
So I don't know if I mentioned
it's like when he goes, all right, lads, in the second class, we're going to go outside and do some, like, quadrant stuff. And you're like, just let us go out now.
Yeah.
Like, come on. We want to go out. We want to, like, do the experiment. We don't be chilling here.
Yeah, so I don't know if I mentioned that last week, but I said I was going to, at least I said to myself and Evan that I was going to be taking a break from coding until I get back into college. Just get my head a rest, make sure I don't get burned out.
And you didn't.
I didn't, but I did in a way, because I wasn't coding because I didn't think to myself, oh, I need to code today. Let's go. The whole mental process was, oh, this looks fun. Let me try this. And I was enjoying it. And then when I didn't want to do it anymore, I turned it off. Something you can't do when you're in college.
Yeah.
So I just did it as I pleased, which made me happy.
Did you finish the website?
He sort of. Because
it's just like little tweaks and
you're
did
done. The bits, and he never gave me feedback, and the order is not complete.
This guy's bad. Like, I'm replying.
It's fine. I don't mind because I don't care.
Yeah, I suppose
I have it all done, and to be honest, I'm just glad that if he even gave me a $5 to begin with, it's fine.
Yeah,
I didn't mind. Like, I just experienced, I suppose.
Yeah.
Anyway,
so speaking of designing stuff, and so I sent you the Nike animation thing I did.
Yeah.
So I did this like animation thing in After Effects.
It looks like an unskippable 15 seconds YouTube ad.
I think that's a thank you.
As in that's what the template's like, if you're wondering.
But yeah, so I did like a Nike animation, and then I was like, I want to like add something to it, and I didn't want to add like sound effects because I thought that would sound a bit like childish almost, and I was like, I know what I can do. I will I'll like get a montage of someone running. So I cut together little bits, put in a track that was really upbeat and like, yeah, let's do this. And then just did my editing magic and threw in the animation at the end.
Did you make that animation?
Yes.
Yeah, cool. All right.
I
was hoping you did.
I might redo it a little bit, maybe add some color correction, make it look a bit nicer. Maybe I don't know, just that scene where it's near the end where it goes up and he's like under this arch, and then the next scene it's like a drone shot. I might swap those two because I feel like that like raising up camera where he's under the arch seems like a better point to close it.
Yeah, I think so.
Because every time I watch it, I go, "Oh, it's about to close," and I'm like, "But I have this here, so I should really swap them." But yeah, I just love it. I think it's really cool. I had to actually send you the animation before I did the like ad for it, and the timing was a bit different. So I knew I wanted to change it, so I deleted it, sent it back to you, and then, or I deleted it, redid it, and then sent you the full ad when I had thought of it, because I think you were playing with the lads at that stage. So I finished it up. It was really, I was really happy with it, honestly.
Yeah.
I thought it was really cool. I tried to make the music like line up at certain parts. So when he runs into the puddle, it like that shot, it's kind of lined up when it cuts to the.
Did you solely do it in After Effects?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Right. Yeah, I'd mostly do my video in Premiere.
It's a bit harder because you have to have multiple videos, and you have to have the same video multiple times in different layers, and you have to like chop each one into little bits.
Yeah.
Because there's no cutting options, so you can't just cut in the middle and then stitch them together. You have to like have
That's
them
why
individual.
I use Premiere Pro. See, like I see it works because you were doing the logo design literally in it.
I mean, and I could just bring the animation into Premiere, but I don't have it, so I just kind of was like, oh, it's grand.
In good time, I suppose.
I was already in it, so I thought I might as well just do it here. Yeah, it was like 30 megabytes or something. I couldn't even archive it as a WinRAR and send it to you. It was too
Apparently
big.
7-zip is superior to WinRAR.
Yeah, because I think it compresses it more.
Interesting. I always download WinRAR. I guess it was just one of those bubble things where Alien has the best keyboards and mice kind of thing. It was a WinRAR superior compression.
Alien, no. Logitech, my guy.
No, as in like they go like Alien and Razer, and there'd be like those fanboys that just protect it in all costs.
Oh yeah, it's kind of like
I think
Xbox.
WinRAR is like that, and I just got because obviously I learned about WinRAR when I was like 13, so impressionable, and I was this one.
I think
that must be the
WinRAR
best.
was the better one at that stage.
Oh, really?
But I think I posted on Reddit asking for help, I think, for something, and someone like mocked me for having WinRAR.
Oh
yeah.
I must download 7.
I think they no, I don't think they mocked me. I think they were saying I can't believe WinRAR are still available. I didn't even know because he uses 7-zip. So he's like, I didn't even know. He's like, how do they even still function? Because nobody buy. And I was like, yeah, nobody says yes to the buying.
Well, once you download the tool, it's literally just a software compression. Like they don't have to have an active company for their product to work.
I know, yeah, but like,
still. How are they not bankrupt? They probably are.
Yeah. I think I have 7-zip. I just never use it. It's not automatic for me. It always does WinRAR for me.
Yeah, so. I'm gonna switch that around, I think.
Yeah. But yeah, I really enjoyed making that animation because I was like, this looks sick.
Yeah, no, it's pretty good.
Just do it.
I'm getting more back into the piano, which is good as well because we're keeping our hobbies up. I want to try and keep stuff up like that before I go back to college. Kind of want to have a bit of balance and stuff. I've been solving the Rubik's Cube a lot more. I don't think have I mentioned. Well, I suppose my profile picture has a Rubik's Cube in it. I digress.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well. Yeah, I mean, nothing much really been happening this week other than the coding thing I was talking about. I wanted to explain what recursion was to you in a simple way. Like what the thing I figured out was it was a hard to get my head around concept until I find, because I was given an analogy prior and I just didn't get it. Basically, it's like the end result is you pass it in a list of numbers or like a list of letters, and it will sort it like alphabetically or numerically, like passed in numbers from 1 to 20, all scattered in random order.
Okay.
It would sort it for you and return you 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way to 20. It would sort it basically, okay? And to do that, it like scans through it, and the piece of code that does it calls itself in the code until it's sorted, and then it returns. So basically, like if you imagine like you are at the back of a bus and you need to tell some fiend something at the front of the bus, and he has the answer to what you're looking for. You tap the shoulder of the person in front of you and you go, tell Johnny there, and they go the whole way up, and then as soon as he gives the answer, it has to go the whole way back and iterate through it like that. Okay. So it
passes to Kevin, like.
Yeah, passes the whole way down through Johnny and
passes
Jill,
to Kevin, passes
Mary,
to Kevin.
Myra.
Kevin's not here.
And then it goes the whole way down, so it goes up like 12 times and comes back, closes to all 12, and that's like scanning through one by one.
Yeah. Did you see actually oh my god, man, they found pack.png. Have you seen that?
Yeah, I saw that actually.
I watched it yesterday. That is insane. The amount of maths and like just random stuff you'd never think of using to find stuff like that is insane. All the coding, all the maths, all the angles, the recreation, the overlapping, the way the grass looks, the way the clouds are, the formation of the stone with the dirt. It's like, how? By the way, we're talking about this like picture for Minecraft, which I think it's used for resource packs, or is it for
it was the original resource pack, I'm pretty sure, the vanilla resource pack. It says pack.png, and I learned about that the day before, that when you're creating a resource pack, it has that in it. Yeah, so
it's basically the original Minecraft texture pack, not resource pack because it was texture pack by then, like image, and they actually found the world seed for that, so you can actually visit it. I think there's like 20 seeds that match it.
Really?
And they have the X and Y coordinate, so you can go there and stand there yourself and look at it.
That's cool.
Yeah, the panoramic they had as well.
Yeah,
on the title screen.
Well. That one took like years to find.
Yeah,
they both did.
Yeah, insanity. Sure, like Notch even said like, I don't know.
Yeah, why would he? He literally probably put
it was randomly generated.
Yeah, exactly.
Years ago.
How would he know that? Like that's long gone.
He just got a nice picture and went, "This will work." He wouldn't care what the.
He literally loaded up a world that randomly generated it for him. Went, that's nice, and then deleted Minecraft probably just to get the picture and then put it in. There you go.
Yeah, so I find that stuff insane. Anyways, did I cut you off with your
Not really. It was kind of finished. Obviously, if you don't understand that, I don't blame you. It took me months to figure it out. But speaking of Minecraft, me and you were coding yesterday.
Well, I was trying to code.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got I'm not the best.
Yeah, so we were, figuring out how to do plugins, which are, if you know what mods are, it's mods for servers. And doing little things like make every creeper that spawns in the server charged and stuff. And this morning I was working on like crafting recipes so I can make a sword out of emerald ingots or armor out of stone. Things like that. And it's just cool little additions to your game to make it more unique and interesting. And it was really fun to learn how to code. And that's why that will break my break of the week. So I just delved into it because I found it really interesting, because I tried this back in May and I hadn't a clue what I was doing. I didn't even know what an API was or how to interact with it. And it just came so intuitively in the past 2 days.
All I managed to do was make a plugin that when you type /hello in chat, it says, hello, welcome to the server, back to you.
Which I think is arguably harder than the stuff I was making.
And it says, have fun as well, in rainbow writing. Yeah. I did follow a tutorial, so I'm not going to, take credit for it.
I mean, I did that 3 months ago, so.
And then I tried making one that was jump height increased, which didn't really work for me, because I didn't know. See, I don't know what to write to get the specific stat I need to increase, or what entity I need to change, and what I'd write to make it have the change I want. So I kind of was like, all right, I'll give up on that one, because I know it's like player jump event, but it wasn't working. So I was like, oh, whatever. So I think it was a problem with how I laid it out before I wrote player jump event, because I was trying to copy the charged creepers one we did. Oh, I did that as well. Actually, we charged the creepers. I forgot, but I did follow it. Already written code for that.
Did I.
Yeah. But then, so I tried like kind of using that and like changing around a bit, but it just didn't really work. So I was like, okay, whatever. So I tried another one. And I tried making enchanted swords so that all the swords are enchanted, but I didn't know how to make it so that, because I didn't know if it was an item spawn or if it was an item craft or a what. So I also didn't know kind of what to write, and it didn't really work. Maybe it was what I had before, and then if I wanted them to be enchanted, I wouldn't be able to. Although I did get close to like what entity I wanted and what item I wanted.
Yeah.
So when I press dot, it gives you all the options. There was like picture frame and like fishing hook and stuff like that, but there was no like swords or pickaxes. So I think I just used the wrong, like, I don't know what to call it.
Yeah, a very interesting thing about like using a bucket API like Spigot is you don't need to know how to code. Like some very basic things I can show you later, just because I saw you having problems with it yesterday. As in like fundamental things so you don't run into errors all the time.
Yeah.
But you don't need to know any concepts. Like you don't need to know what a for loop is. You don't need to know how loops work. I mean, methods would be handy.
It's kind of just it basically is just kind of an if and else thing.
The conditionals.
Yeah, it's if, else, and player. Like those are really like the main things you would use. Yeah. Obviously depending on what you're doing, but like,
because all the code is really written for you. Like, obviously it's not, because you have to write the code to do it, but that's what an API is. All the code in that thingy is written for you, so you just access it, and you're like...
Oh, I could edit that item drops plugin. Because we have this plugin that, like, gives you a random
That was actually what started
drops.
it, because we wanted to use the... Yeah, it basically, every time you break a block, gives you a random spawn.
Of a random block and a random amount, so you could get, like 5 full inventories of terracotta,
or from breaking coal,
or like hay from breaking glass. It could give you, or it could just give you none. It could give you 1. It could give you like 4 stacks. You never know. Like, so we kind of wanted to bring it down because it will crash your game.
Yeah, so we wanted to manipulate the class file so it gives you, like, let's say a limit size of a stack.
Yeah,
and maybe we can change some of the loot table. So what blocks, or maybe you need to use a tool, depending, because if we just do it with dirt, it seems easy, and it could break the server.
do you mean if we just do it with dirt?
Like, as in, if we enable dirt to be, you mine it and you get something, it can really
but it should
hog
be
up the server.
It should be every block, really.
Yeah, I mean, just maybe every block that would have already had a use, because like, arguably dirt doesn't have a use. You know?
Yeah, I'm sure there's a list.
Yeah,
probably
maybe,
of available blocks that will be used, kind of like Vein Miner does. But yeah, no, I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Another thing. This was a couple of weeks ago now. I don't know if I talked to you about it. I think I said it to someone, but I can't remember if it was you. So yeah, it was a couple of weeks ago, but I saw it and I was like, oh, I kind of want to chat about that. You know that dumb TikTok boy, Bryce Hall?
The one that's with Addison Rae or something?
I don't know. Yeah, sure.
I just always hear those names.
I need a bad bleep. Like.
Yeah.
But yeah, so he himself and like pretty much every celebrity who's young in LA has been just not listening to like guidelines.
Yeah.
And like restrictions.
Sir Jake Paul had a party.
For pandemics and stuff, yeah. So Bryce Hall, that guy who's cool, had a party. Multiple parties actually. And the mayor shut down his electricity. Yep. I didn't read much into it, but I do know that the mayor actually shut down his electricity because he was having parties and stuff, and it was ridiculous because like, you know, he was having hundreds of people over. I just don't get it. Is
that alright? Can they just do that? Why don't they just arrest him? That's such a passive aggressive way of dealing with something. I'm gonna. Yeah. You need power for your party? Well, now there's no power. No, just arrest him. He's probably an adult. Just make a charge.
Yeah, I don't know if there's legislation for having parties around this time. That's the only problem.
That needs to be put in place if that mayor's that pissed off about it. Considering he's the mayor.
Yeah.
Could probably do it.
I mean, he probably could get the ball rolling on it for sure.
Especially with an example case like Bryce Hall's parties.
Yeah, or even like any like Jake Paul, him too. Like, why are you having parties? Even people here. Like, why? Do you know what I mean?
I don't get it, man.
I don't know if I said this on the podcast or if I said it to you or what, but it was that I think I might have last week. You know, if the COVID pandemic affected younger people, older people would do everything in their power to make sure that
you mentioned this.
Yeah, to make sure that they wouldn't get in harm's way. But because it affects older people, we don't care.
Yeah, it's naivety.
Well, we care, but they don't. Like, yeah, we've had one party, and we were social distance. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we did that, but that was when the cases were at their lowest too. Not to mention,
yeah, exactly.
They are on the way up.
They're on the rise again. It was like 307 yesterday.
Yeah, like that's why I was mentioned. They're talking about local lockdown. Like, oh, also, when I attend school, we are permitted to be 1 meter apart from each other, socially distanced in a classroom.
Are you wearing masks as well?
Well, yeah, but as in, it's 2 meters apart where possible, but it's 1 meter allowed in a classroom. I just found that interesting.
Yeah, but that's because you're wearing a mask, I think.
Because I read the entirety of all the guidelines they sent us, because I was like, I am following everything here. I do not want to catch coronavirus. Yeah. Just because of what's in it. Like, I don't care if I get it. I don't care if I have to deal with coronavirus. I care if people around me have to deal with it. Yeah,
I think once it affects people you care about,
that's when it gets real.
Yeah. And like, I think it's just not something to be taken lightly. I mean, people die, people are in ICU, people lose their jobs.
Yeah, well,
companies are shut down. Like,
that's just what it is.
Debenhams are closing all their shops and they're doing it online now, which means loads of people got laid off. Which, like, doesn't make any sense why you wouldn't, do your part.
It's gonna be hard for Debenhams though, because like, have you ever seen an ASOS shop?
Yeah,
exactly. Like, they're too big. Like, as in, like, like ASOS is like, it's huge.
It's your one-stop shop, like.
Yeah, and it's huge online. you know? So it's like the Amazon of clothes.
It's like Tesco have their online shop, right? And there's clothes in Tesco, and there's food and drinks in Tesco, right? So they have groceries and they have clothes in some Tesco's. I don't know if all of them do.
ASOS just good quality and like relatively affordable.
But if you think about it, right? I'm sure Tesco get more sales, and the majority of their sales from their in-store shops, like from their actual physical stores, shops, than they would online.
Yeah.
ASOS probably wouldn't, realistically, because they're primarily online.
See, that's just how
that's where they made their name.
How the marketplace worked. Like, as in, yeah, if someone was going to shop online, would they choose Debenhams or ASOS? No one's exclusively going to Debenhams for the brand. They're going because it was easy and convenient to go into their store.
Yeah. But I do think that if someone wants to get cheap clothes, because Debenhams isn't known for its, stylish clothing, I think they'd go into Pennies before they go into Debenhams.
Exactly, and Pennies is still a store.
So they'd actually go into Pennies before even going on ASOS or Debenhams. Unless you're a bit older and you want some style, you might go into Pennies for your socks and jocks, and then you'll go on ASOS. You wouldn't go to Debenhams.
Yeah.
You'd shop online for nice stuff, or you'd go into Diesel or JD.
And let's say the marketplace for Debenhams is mature women. They're not online shopping. And if they are, they're not that the target market.
Often,
and they don't do it often, and they don't do it alone.
Yeah, but I think it's where you make your name, or where you make a name for yourself is where you should stay. With that market. So ASOS made it online. That's their market. They're going to stay there. They made a shop. It wouldn't do too well.
I wonder how long Debenhams have had an online store though, because it's very important as a business not to spread yourself thin. Or sorry, it's not to spread yourself thin. It's also very important not to put all your eggs in one basket. So if they're only just putting online shop now, like, especially with things like Bershka and things being,
because they are good. They have good sales in store and online. So, and I think Pull and Bear have shops as well in other places. I don't know if they have them in Ireland, but they do have physical stores as well. So they get a good amount of money too. I know they kind of fell off a little bit now since that whole jumper phase is gone. But
oh, I was wearing one earlier. I was actually looking down to see if I was still wearing it or not. I didn't realize.
But yeah, it's been quite a while since I've worn or had a Pull and Bear jumper. Yeah, I got one kind of late. I did love them though, but I don't have it anymore. And I hadn't worn it for so long either. So but yeah. So I think that Debenhams needs to. I don't know if it's 100% true now. Like don't quote me on that, but I'm very sure it is, because I feel like it was in the news of some sort, and I feel like it's ridiculous that you would, as you said, put all your eggs in one basket. I just don't understand, man.
I don't get why people don't listen, and we end up in the same place. But I also don't get why the government is this precautious, because I am never going to attend college again if this is the rate at which they close college.
What do you mean?
They just, at a certain rate, you just kind of gotta go and try and go for fucking herd immunity.
Immunity?
Yeah, it's at a point where if everybody catches the same disease, they can all become immune to it.
So you're saying like have a chickenpox party for coronavirus?
Yeah, but instead of that, it's just called continuing life and not bubbling us in a lockdown. Because that was fine when we were scared and we didn't know what was going on. And we still don't, but now we know that we can't stop forever. Not even just because of the economy or whatever, just because...
But part of it is the fact that even if you get it,
yeah,
and you're now mostly immune to it, you can still carry it to your loved ones who are at high risk. So it's not like having it yourself will make sure that you can't give it to someone else.
Yeah,
like obviously if you have your quarantine for 2 weeks, you get over the sickness, and then you go back out into the world, but chances are you will still pick it up and still give it to someone.
Yeah, I think the main point is I was gonna say that life should continue on, And if you are worried about getting an at-risk loved one with coronavirus, you should be the one to suffer because that's unlucky, right? Don't have every single person in lockdown and have the whole world shut down because there's a select amount of people that could get coronavirus and die.
Well, not select, a lot of people.
Yeah, and
you
have to let that happen. Like, there's a lot of people that won't be...
We're getting controversial now, baby.
There won't be a lot of... There's a lot of people that won't be in ICU from coronavirus that need to make a living wage. They literally die without money before they'll die of coronavirus at this rate. Like,
yeah. I think we are in a recession as well, which doesn't help.
We got the second. No, I know England is.
I know. I think it's like the Minister for Finance or something like that said that we are coming back very quickly. We hit a, not that we're coming back from it, but that like we were in a bad recession really, and then when lockdown came back out and everybody was shopping and buying and adding to the economy, we kind of bounced back a little bit quite quickly.
I saw petrol went down again after that.
I didn't see that.
Like, petrol was really low when the oil stocks crashed because of coronavirus or whatever, and then it was back up for some reason. I think there was just like, I don't know,
oil or fuel. Which one did you say?
Like fuel, like.
Oh yeah.
Petrol, like.
Oh yeah. I don't know why. That word didn't like register. So you kept talking, and I was like, wait, what did he say?
Yeah, so it like went down and then it went back up. I don't know why. I think they just tried to mark it up or whatever. But ever since everyone's been buying again, like diesel is like $1.15.
I don't know what a regular.
$1.30, $1.20 at least. Like,
so it's cheaper, so.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh yeah. Okay.
That's why I'm confused. Why did it go back down?
I couldn't tell you.
Exactly.
What I think it's inflation or something. I couldn't tell you.
Studying economics and business and inflation or something. I don't know. Like,
I don't know. Like, I only studied a little bit. I just got lucky with my result, man. Yeah. Don't judge a result by its cover. No, I don't know if you're doing a jingle.
I'm not.
You're not doing a jingle? Okay. So this is the weekly dose of life advice. Life advice. We're not doing a jingle this time? No jingle?
No.
Are you going to do it in post?
This is the 10th episode.
You're going to do it in post?
No. This is the 10th
I don't trust you.
This is the 10th episode. We're maturing as a podcast.
Are we?
No.
Did you hear the intro?
No.
Alright, here we go. Okay. I think this is more of like a tip rather than like a deep life advice kind of thing.
Which is solid.
Yeah.
I haven't heard it yet, so.
So, if you're ever lost in a place you aren't familiar with, ask a postman. They will know the area very well. No.
That's just something that is so obvious, but you'd never fucking think of that.
You'd probably go into a shop maybe, and like they probably know it, but like it.
You could literally see a postman walking around and be like, "Where am I?" And you wouldn't think the fella that has to deliver letters to everyone's house probably knows where you are.
Yeah, he knows exactly where you are, and he knows, like, chances are he'll know the streets and every address, or not every address, but a lot of places in the surrounding areas, because he has to walk or drive around.
No, my luck, I get a brand new postman following a GPS. Sausage, like.
You go, GPS, je ne sais pas. Imagine.
I don't know why he's en français, but.
It was an example if you were in France.
GPS. Oui, oui.
GPS.
J'adore le GPS.
Je ne sais pas. Imagine. Oh, je ne sais pas, GPS.
C'est très bien. Oui, oui.
Well, yeah, so that's the weekly dose of life advice.
Yeah.
Actually, we've kept up with that. You haven't found them for quite a while, but no. Yeah,
they've still been solid though. It's the quality of them.
I only looked at last week. I only looked yesterday, last night, not last week. I was looking at the Life Pro Tips Reddit again.
Sure, we didn't even know what we wanted to talk about until yesterday, and then when you decided, we didn't even talk about that today. So
I know, yeah.
We just had natural conversation, which is a really good 10th episode. Really good showing of how we've developed. To have
I suppose, yeah,
chats.
actually, it's good. Looked at the time and I was like, oh, it's like half an hour already in. Like, are we even? And we're still talking, and I still have stuff to talk about. Are we even going to get to the topic?
Yeah,
we didn't even mention it, did we?
No, we're not going to. That's
a surprise for next time.
Next time.
So yeah, I suppose it's the end.
Yeah,
we're wrapping up.
On that note, guys, guess
don't forget to check us out.
Oh yeah,
there's the link in the description of whatever platform you're listening on.
Whether it be YouTube, iTunes, or Spotify.
Yeah.
I don't know why I did that.
I don't know either. Follow us on Twitter.
Yes, this podcast will be tweeted. I promise you, I will not forget.
Tweet us some questions.
I'm going to be tweeting every day. I'm probably going to actually do the thing that I wrote down last week that I never did. The Twitter, but the
Twitter, but
the Twitter account. Set it up and get it working. Follow some other podcasts.
Yeah, so
get the name out
we're
there.
only following Kanye West because I thought that would be funny. So the whole feed is just Kanye West.
Yeah, and get some tweets out. Tweet actively.
Yeah. There's a couple tweets, but there's not like enough.
Yeah.
There's not enough. Like, it's been a while. I think last time I tweeted was episode 5 or 4.
I don't think we can tweet more than once a week, really, because we've nothing else to tweet. Because we don't have a fan base where we can go, what do you want to listen to this week?
I actually did tweet, like, this week. I tweeted, what's the meaning of life?
Oh, alright.
Yeah, I was like, why not ask someone? I got no responses because we have like no followers, I think.
Yeah, we have 0 followers. So if we could get 1 follower,
yeah, if we get 1 follower, guys, we'll do a giveaway.
Yeah, we'll give away our thanks.
Yeah. But yeah, if you want to tweet at us some questions, at Chat Lab Podcast, we'll take them.
Please.
Probably.
Definitely. We're not going to get overwhelmed. I will definitely take a question off you, guaranteed. If he doesn't, I will.
Well, if they're not good, then maybe not.
I will put anything on the podcast that you tweet at me.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Guaranteed for next week.
Even if you just want to say something and it's not necessarily a question for us, go ahead. Because I think it'd be kind of cool to answer some questions. But yeah, so I guess now we're wrapping up.
Yeah,
now we're finished.
10th
episode over.
Tommy Creek na. So on that note, boys. Talk to you later.
Bye.
Bye.